a banner moment on the film later this week.
The big thing is, like I say, they're breaking tackles. Just
third down, though, still. Defensive stand here for East Canton would do a lot for morale, would it not?
Now they got to go 99 yards.
Just point.
It would help. Yeah.
Hawkins again under center. QB keep again.
I don't think he got it again.
Still no signal. He didn't get there. Still no signal yet.
Fourth down.
Fourth down.
Okay, here we go.
No.
No, I don't think so.
That ball never got there. Maybe it did in that scrum. Avion Color sure thinks it did. And I believe St. Tom is going to talk this over. Shouldn't this be... Don't you have a play designed for this other than a QB keep?
Oh, sure you do. Sure you do. Sure.
Then why not go into the bag of tricks? I mean, why?
Well,
you have a chance.
Because when you have this far, you should be able to go straight ahead. You don't want to run lateral to go forward. You know, you think that your kids are good enough to just blow them off the ball, or get a stalemate. They're getting blown back into the ball carrier.
But this is where that defensive front, the two defensive tackles, Keene and Bennett, both over 250, and then Bolds at 220. So there's some beef up front.
It'd be interesting to see. They're going to go wide on this, don't you think? St. Thomas? Maybe not. They're in that I formation again.
Owens, bottom of your screen, out of sight. Zarin, top of your screen.
Get down.
Color the deep back. 4th and goal at the 1. Hawkins. Color. Hawkins keeps. He didn't get there, but a flag is down.
Hawkins on the carry.
Nathaniel Suntheimer and Tony Reeder from the defensive secondary, along with Jake McCullough, helping out there. And that might be that defensive stand that East Canton needed. We'll see about the flag.
He's talking to East Canton, correct?
He is.
Decline it.
Flag here, waiting for the official signal. Holding against St. Thomas, decline. How about that for a stand, Elmer?
Boy, tell you what, that should be great motivation for them now.
You want to talk about like a rock-solid play of the game.
That'd be what? That would be rock-solid plays, right?
It would be. A rock-solid drive.
Series.
Yeah, that's right. We'll
start something new, the rock-solid series.
I'm sure the guys over at Friends and Family Credit Union, Dan Belford and Nick Langenfeld, would be happy with that.
What do you got? 99.5 yards to go here, so.
And then some. Be very careful.
Oh, big jump.
And that was the big boy who tried to get in there. Blaze Yerian, 6'6" and 350.
He just hit himself in the head.
Offside against the Knights.
Tough to stop his momentum when he comes.
Yeah.
That will make it 1st down and 5.
Let's take a look at another defensive stand here, that 4th down play. Look at this.
They faked the isolation, and he's going to outrun you. But nice. Now, there's a good tackle.
Reeder and Suntheimer.
They finally tackle somebody.
1st down play. Hand off. Goes to Suntheimer and gets some more breathing room now.
4 yards on the play.
Okay.
Makes it 2nd down and 1.
And 1.
From the 10-yard
Under 8
line.
minutes in this first half, St. Thomas should be up by 2 scores.
Yes, they should. Yes, they should.
They went all the way down to the 1, ran 4 plays from the 1-yard line, and came up empty-handed.
That might even been the 6-inch line.
Could have been.
They went 97 yards and didn't score.
97 yards and no score. Hand off to Mola, and that's Asian Burke on the tackle, the corner. He is quick. Last week had the 80-yard interception return for a TD, and some speed here that blasts into your living room.
But more important, look at that tackle. That's a great tackle.
What's so good about it?
The guy didn't go forward. He wrapped him up and he kept his legs going and drove him back. To me, it just seems that St. Thomas is a little bit more physical right now.
First down now. Handoff, Natty Suntheimer. That was Asian Burt again on the tackle from the defensive backfield. He just plays at a different intensity. 6'1", 178. Plays a lot bigger, Elmer.
Gain of about 1 yard on the play.
Brings
up second down and 9.
He's been the show for them so far, hasn't he?
He has.
He scored the touchdown, right? Yeah.
He did.
Yep.
He did score the touchdown.
He's the man so far. Make voting easy at the end of the game.
It could. Our Altman Health Foundation player. Giles to throw, wants to go deep. Moreno out there, but way far.
Giles' pass is incomplete, intended for Moreno.
Now, I know we talked about this last week because we saw Connor Ashby at Hoover. What does Turner Giles need to do to work on his throwing mechanics?
I don't know. You know, he was a split end last year, and and I think, talking to Spider, they just really feel they're a ball control offense, and all he had to do was hand it off and run the ball every once in a while, and but that's against a good team. You can't do that. You got to be able to have some balance.
Third and long, Giles to Suntheimer over his head.
Giles' pass is incomplete.
Turner, according to his coach, Spider Miller, he said Turner's harder on himself than we are, and his dad is a trainer, obviously, Marty. Yeah. Just not a good ball here.
Let's watch his, see how his back foot stepped around here instead of stepping at the target.
Punt situation
again. I'll tell you what,
throwing
a lateral pass like that, it's not easy when the guy running away from you. It's easier to throw it downfield.
Jaron Mola.
Yes.
Rough snap, almost blocked. He was run into there was Mola, but it's down, and St. Tom's going to have some fantastic field position when we come back. Already up a score is St. Thomas, and they have a very short field to go after these messages here on the AllCare TV replay game of the week.
Skeppers likes to keep an eye on her neighborhood, like MCTV watches out for our neighbors to make sure everything runs smoothly for our customers. From our technicians in the field to our engineering experts behind the scenes, we use top technology to keep your internet, TV, and phone connected. Plus, expert local technical support and friendly people to greet you. Everything in the neighborhood, the way it should be. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
Life's all about delivery, whether it's delivery of your favorite pizza, how you deliver a great punchline, like, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
Faux drizzle.
Or how your credit union delivers excellent service every time. Well, yes, that's exactly what I mean. At CSC Federal Credit Union, we do deliver the same great banking as the other guys. And the icing on the cupcake is we're not some out-of-town bank. We're local and in the Stark County community.
Bank local at CSC.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Well, John, that wasn't much better for Spider. That was a 19-yard punt. So I guess it's better than his 12.5 last week.
John Bozika, Elmer Sheets, Bob Jeffries, and Noah Hiles along with you, our image video crew. First down.
Oh, man.
Asian Burt. Burt breaking tackles.
He's still not done.
Takes a slew of Hornets to get him to stop his forward momentum, and it was Chase Vacco eventually, the linebacker, who stopped things there. He just runs with a full head of steam.
And a first down for the Knights.
Look at that stride, too.
Yeah, look at 1 tackle, 2 tackles.
He never went down.
Still didn't went down.
He wants the ball. That's a young man who wants the ball.
Ezekiel Elliott, feed him.
Yeah.
Feed him.
Oh, Zeke got fed this week. 90
yes,
mil looks very good.
He could feed all of us.
First down again. Hawkins gives Color Avion inside the 10.
Color on the carry
to the 9.
Good for another.
Picks up 14 yards.
Timeout called by East Canton. That's their first.
Another nice run.
The first half.
Somebody, let me see.
While we have this moment, we're going to take a ride on the zero emissions bus and head down to the sideline. And Sarda always asks the question, where can we take you today? And today they're taking us to the sideline at Serpilla Stadium. Noah.
Glad that bus ride could be lead me here, John.
Oh, it was great, Noah. It was
great.
All
right, so a lot of frustration here for the East Canton defense. A lot of arguing on the field between the right side of the defense and the left side. The right side saying the opposite end needs to step things up. And you could see that's the side of the field that is getting targeted on this drive by the St. Thomas Aquinas offense. Back to you.
Thanks, Noah. As always, our sideline reports brought to you by Sarda. Where can we take you today? And total yardage, Elmer, all St. Tom.
Oh, my gosh. St. Thomas, 212 yards. East Canton, 63. That's complete dominance right now.
That's not a pretty sight.
No, it isn't.
And they are close to a score here. First and goal at the 9. Color, Avion. And again, Nathaniel Suntheimer, the strong safety, brings him down. Natty has had a busy night, 8 tackles last week, and he's headed there again tonight.
Second down and goal from the 9.
You got to give St. Thomas credit. They're attacking them outside. They're using their speed. They're just outrunning them to the corner. I mean, that was kind of a quick pitch type thing, and, you know, when they've gone up inside down on the goal line, they weren't so successful.
Second and goal again. Ball rests on about the 9-yard line. Hawkins still looking. End zone. Owens almost had it. Tony Reeder there on the coverage, the cornerback. That was nearly 6.
Hawkins' pass is incomplete, intended for Owens.
If you really think about it,
on the coverage for the Hornets.
It should be St. Thomas going for their third score here.
Line.
Nice play here by Hawkins, though, Elmer.
He kept it alive. It really is kind of a nice throw. If he threw it on the outside shoulder, it probably would have been a touchdown. Because the defensive guy was on the inside. If he throws it to the outside, probably has a touchdown.
It's the things coaches think about, right?
Yeah, you better. You're looking for work.
Third and goal. Ball at the 9. Hawkins, end zone. Zarin.
I think he was out. He's out, yeah.
Back in the end zone, just out.
Hawkins' pass is incomplete, intended for Zarin.
I almost found a needle in a haystack there.
Yeah.
This was very close. I mean, I think that foot was almost in. Nah. Oh, just out.
Sedmock on to attempt the field goal for the Knights. This is a 26-yard field goal attempt.
26 yards via the PA announcer.
Don't jump off sides.
Out of the hold of Hawkins. Sedmock's kick is good from 26.
Sedmock's field goal is good.
So St. Thomas continues to dominate on the field and on the scoreboard. Can the Hornets put a touchdown on the board before we head to halftime. We'll see you in the final 4 minutes and 31 seconds after this.
Welcome to Friends and Family Credit Union, where we believe every member is a friend of the family.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. We provide financial needs in the most reasonable and cost-effective way. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
And we return back into Serpilla Stadium on the campus of St. Thomas Aquinas High School. And quickly, that drive summary, Mr. Sheets.
That was 6 plays, a total of 24 yards, and a 26-yard field goal by Carmen Sedmock. Aquinas 9, East Canton 0.
Tony Reeder on the return after the kickoff by Sedmock. Cameron Sedmock, a senior, the kicker. So how important is this drive for East Canton?
I think, obviously, if they would score a touchdown here, it would be gigantic. But the big thing that they got to do is they got to be able to just move the ball. They got to move the ball against them. They got to get some confidence enough to say, hey, we can score on these guys. We got a whole second half.
Fans, Aquinas is selling 50-50.
Now I love this.
Please buy your 50-50.
Going full house tee, Tony Reeder. And Reeder
9 yards on that play.
Gains a nice chunk, and a flag is down near the end of the play there, near the tackle. Part of the luxury I always feel of Spiders' offense is that they have 3 backs. They have Mola, they have Reeder, and they have Suntheimer. So they can go 3 different looks. Penalty late, though.
Got to be against St. Thomas. Big.
Did not exactly catch what that signal was there. The official did not make a very deliberate signal.
For a helmet-to-helmet hit.
Helmet-to-helmet contact. That's something that's newer that's coming in. More protection for the players. Into St. Thomas territory now, and Tony Reeder gets the ball again. Second week in a row we've seen helmet-to-helmet contact come into play. And, well, East Canton is all the way down to the 35 now.
4 minutes left to go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're right. If they could put a score up here, that would be gigantic. And they're doing what they do best now. They're running isolations at them.
Reminder, after the game, we'll have our Altman Health Foundation Player of the Game. One lucky man will be awarded that honor of being our Player of the Game this evening, I should say. Have a couple guys in mind right now. But we will give that after the game tonight between East Canton and St. Thomas here at Serpilla Stadium. Want to also thank our sponsor for our starting lineups from earlier, Northern Ohio Honda. Don't know that I thanked them earlier in the game. But our Altman Health Foundation Player of the Game. 4 minutes even.
8-yard gain on the play.
Left in the first half.
And 2 for the Hornets.
And even though Aquinas, if you're just tuning in, has tripled East Canton in yardage, East Canton could make that all go away here. Suntheimer on the carry. First down.
If you're noticing,
Suntheimer on the carry. Good for a Hornets.
East Canton's at 2 tight ends and a full house backfield.
Bo Schembechler would be proud here, right?
And Woody would too.
First and 10 for East Canton from the Knights' 32-yard line.
Not quite the Darrell Royal wishbone, though, right?
No.
But
pretty close.
Hand off.
Yeah.
Lots of misdirection there. And the ball given to, I believe, Jaron Mola. It was Mola on the carry.
About 2 yards on the play, makes it 2nd down and 8.
So 2nd down and
8.
Longish to go. Okay. They're going full house tee this whole drive.
This whole drive.
That's Reeder. Tony. Close to another 1st down. What are the advantages to the full house tee?
Well, you have 2 lead blocks. Okay.
Gain of 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, obviously, it's
3rd down and 1.
You're saying
for the Hornets.
We're more powerful than you are. Look, they're blocking that end and they're picking up 5-6 yards. You know, on a running play, if you pick up 4 yards a carry, you're doing well.
Should open up the play action pass, right?
Should.
3rd and short. That's Suntheimer, and Natty picks up the 1st down inside the 20.
And East Canton 1st down on the carry.
Good look at Natty Suntheimer there.
They have been running that to the right. That's what they've had a lot of success running that to the right.
You were talking about how much Natty Suntheimer stood out to you midweek because of his sophomore campaign where he was in the 1,000-yard back all-county. Dealt with injuries, though, last year. Tony Reeder again, and that never had a chance.
Suntheimer again on the carry. Stacked up after a gain of 1 yard on the play. 2nd down and 9
Reeder tried.
from the Knights' 17-yard line.
That was
they're still running
Jeff Ferris, the outside linebacker.
They're still running that to the right again. Really? Oh, is
Giles
he open?
Touchdown there. Beautiful ball. A 19-yard score to the tight end, Tyler Hoover.
To number 13,
Giles'
Tyler
3rd touchdown pass of the year.
Touchdown.
The 3rd catch of the year for Tyler Hoover. And this is a beauty. Talked about the play action pass.
He's their leading receiver with 1.
He is.
And a big one.
And
a big one.
6'5".
That was a great drive.
220.
And he's only a junior.
Tony Reeder's extra point now. Hit the game-winning extra point last week for them to beat Smithville in OT. And remains perfect. 4 for 4 on PATs this season. And the Knights lead cut to just 2. Monumental drive.
That was big, and you were right. You know, now you can get you can get their attention when you go in at halftime. Instead of just yelling at them, now they'll listen.
Is that the way that works?
Yes. Because sometimes, I mean, when you had that 212 total yards to 63, that was going to be hard to get their attention.
Touchdown drive there, a beautiful one. Go ahead, Elmer.
Number of plays, 8, total of 66 yards. And the final was a 17-yard touchdown pass from Giles to Hoover. And extra point was good. It's 9-7. We finally got a game here.
We do.
We got a game.
I had that as 19 yards. Bob had it as 17 yards.
Can we compromise and have 18?
I think we can do that.
We can do that.
I think we can manage.
I think a compromise would be good.
We'll bicker after the game.
Yeah,
you can just moderate.
Yes, it would be the yards of the game.
Kickoff now by Tony Reeder. Burt and Zarin back deep. Both can fly. Short kick. No one's fielded it yet.
Oh, he picked it.
Canton South has it. It's Ulm on the far sideline. Or East Canton has it. My mistake. East Canton. I said Canton South. I was shocked that they went with the onside. and Ryan Alm recovers it.
The kick is recovered by East.
Nominee for our rock-solid play of the game here, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. This is huge. They could take the lead now.
First down and 10 for the Hornets from the Knights' 20.
No one covered it.
Who expected him to onside kick?
And Alm was right there.
Yeah.
That is shocking. And the Aquinas coaches are claiming that players were offsides. So Giles has a short field now. Hand off, Tony Reeder. He is inside the 30 already.
Carried by
now
Reeder
inside the
play.
25, right at the 25.
Time
Kicking woes continues. Punt problems. Kicking woes continues for kind of both teams. Aquinas has missed an extra point, and they allow a play like that. Hand off Nathaniel Suntheimer.
First down.
Inside the 20. Broken tackle away from 6.
That's good for an East Canton first down.
With how much St. Thomas dominated this half,
for the Hornets from the 14-yard
East Canton could have the lead.
Yeah. Well, one tackle. Now they're starting to miss tackles.
Hand off. Out of the full house goes to Tony Reeder. Rather, Jaron Mola on the carry. It's always Mola, Reeder, and Suntheimer in the backfield, and that was Mola on the carry there.
Timeout called by East Canton. They have one timeout remaining in the first half.
Okay, they got one left with 53 seconds.
Hey, want to remind you, Sunday, Baker Mayfield and Company, including Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, David Njoku, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett. The Cleveland Browns welcome in the Tennessee Titans and Marcus Mariota, and you can catch all of the action on 1480 WHBC, 11 a.m. pregame. The Yins are sitting to my right, and Elmer Sheets, and the Yins are on the sideline, and Noah Hiles not too happy about that.
Oh, no, hey, no problem. Going against a guy from Walsh Jesuit.
That's right. Mike Vrabel. Look at you.
Hey, he was a man in high school.
Did you coach against him?
No, in track. We went against them in track, and
so you narrowly avoided him.
Yes. Oh, he was a man. Still is.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Fine player.
Who was he drafted by? Originally from Ohio State.
For the Hornets.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, look at you. Full house again.
Oh, what do you call it? Somebody jumped.
St. Thomas pointing to East Canton pointing to St. Thomas. That's why this man with the white hat will tell us the right way to go.
Against East Canton.
False start.
The penalty is a false start against the Hornets. That will make it second down and 14 for East Canton.
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
East Canton, after being thoroughly dominated for the majority of this half, has a chance to take the lead here. Once trailing 9-0.
Do you throw it here on second down?
They scored earlier on a pass, right around this same position. Giles to throw. Now he's going to run. Brought down, though. That was nice defense there.
Yeah.
Everyone was covered.
On the play for a loss.
There was 2 guys sent out, and both guys were covered. Come on, 68. You got to do a better job than that.
And that was the freshman off of the defensive end, Trayton Mackey,
from the 20-yard
with the sack.
line.
His first of the season. 3rd and long now. Ball at the Aquinas 20-yard line. Giles throws, end zone, almost picked off. And that was nearly interception number 2 of the year for Antonio Fonts in the defensive backfield. Made a nice play here.
Timeout, East Canton. That's their final timeout of the first half.
Yeah, that safety was just sitting there waiting for them to throw it.
Now,
He's very fortunate he gets another shot here at it.
Do you kick this field goal here? This would be
for
37 yards, I believe.
If you had a good kicker.
Reeder's a good kicker. He's experienced. He hit the game-winning extra point last week, had a lot of leg on his extra point earlier. I don't know, though. From the 20-yard line, as I said, what, 37 yards?
37 yards, yeah.
Depends on how much trust they are going to kick.
They're going to try it. Okay.
They could take the lead here. Out of the hold of Ryan Alm. 37 yards here for Tony Reeder.
37-yard field goal attempt for Reeder.
Kick is up. Oh, my. He missed
The field goal
it.
try is no good.
And there was leg on that,
Yeah,
too.
it was.
That could have
He
been
had a
good for
shot at
about
it.
40. But St. Thomas
The Knights
gets
will
the
take
defensive
over
stand that
first
they
and 10.
need after that haywire, I guess you could say, onside kick by East Canton. Good ball game so far.
So far, yeah. East Canton's coming alive here.
Now, if you're St. Thomas here, do you have a
You
trick
take a
play?
knee. Nah, you take a knee.
Take a knee. No frills.
No, you go in. You don't want to do anything crazy right now. I don't think you do. You never know.
No, they're going into the normal victory formation, but this is just to get into halftime.
That's the end of the
Good first half by both teams.
first half.
Your thoughts, Elmer?
Well, in the beginning of the game, I was concerned with the physicality of St. Thomas over East Canton. But East Canton's got into that I formation. I'm sorry, the T formation, and start doing what they do best, just running the ball at them. So then they ran it enough times. That's when that kid was so wide open, a tight end in the corner. It was a good play. Eventually, you have to throw the ball. There's no question about that.
Well, we're to halftime here at Serpilla Stadium, and at the half, St. Thomas Aquinas clinging to a tight lead in a good ball game between these two small schools here in Starr County.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina barbecue your go-to spot before, during, and after all the games. No need to cook on Friday. Meet before the game at Old Carolina. Or grab a party pack and host the ultimate college or pro football party. Featuring award-winning ribs, tender pulled pork, and jumbo smoked wings. We have options for all your pigskin pig-outs. Get more info at oldcarolina.com. Old Carolina Barbecue Company. Meet before the game.
There was something curious going on. My husband started going for a short drive several times. He doesn't normally keep things from me, so I just had to see. It turns out he's been hanging with the guys at Sarshone Ford, prepping for tailgating season. Because of their relaxed, no-pressure sales process, he was able to take his time deciding on the exact new F-150 to buy. You'll enjoy the short drive home from Sarshone Ford. Get to know us at sarshoneford.com or stop in for your test drive. Just minutes from Akron, Alliance, Canton, and Kent.
Got a news tip? Email us at newstip@whbc.com. For everything WHBC, news, weather, and sports, personality blogs, and more, log on to WHBC.com.
Halftime on our Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. Boy, does Old Carolina Barbecue sound good right now.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, St. Thomas over East Canton at the half, 9-7. Elmer through one half, been the ball game that I think we expected. St. Thomas looked like they were going to dominate early on, but East Canton has come to play here towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if East Canton was not ready for the speed and the physicality of St. Thomas, because they came out and took it to them. There were no question, and everything that they did, they was attacking outside. They was trying to use their speed, and they did a real good job of moving the football up and down the field. And the thing that impressed me is the number of tackles that they were breaking just with a simple stiff arm on the East Canton guys. They got to wrap and drive through. I was over watching East Canton, and I know they're doing drills of wrapping and driving your legs and stuff like that, but they must have forgot those drills they were doing this week. But they came back. They started doing what they do best: line up in a T-back field, two tight ends, and just said, "Doggone it, we're just going to run it at you." and we're going to make this a football game. And Spider did a nice job. He took them down, and that play action, that was big. That was it just kept them back there. There's no question.
Speaking of those plays, let's go to the video highlights now from the first half and start first with that play that put Aquinas on the board.
Yeah, this is, again, just a quick screen out here with the two backs blocking. And this young man, he's a heck of a runner.
Interception here.
See, the two receivers for St. Thomas, for East Canton, they're in the same area. That you don't want to do that. You got to have some separation.
Now, we were debating, this could have been 6 points here. It may have been. Owens was close.
Boy, that's real close.
Turner Giles chased him down, though. Nice
on
play
the
there.
Instant preview. Here's the fourth and one, and a great play by East Canton. And here's that play. It was wide open, wide open. That's what they got to be able to do. They got to be physical. And here's this onside kick. This is a heck of a call by Spider.
I think he was the only one in the stadium expecting it.
I know. I was looking for the pizza guy myself.
So halftime, St. Thomas leads by 2. They could be leading by a lot more, but East Canton proving why they've been a playoff team the last 3 years under fourth-year head coach Spider Miller. When we come back, we'll have your halftime stats and tell you who's leading in what categories and get you set for the second half of action here at Serpilla Stadium.
When it comes to our donuts, we're all in. We take all original recipes, make them from scratch, and serve them up to people who make all our dreams a reality. And the new Civic handles the rest. With Bluetooth built in to make life sweeter, and Honda Sensing Standard as the icing on top, donuts are better. With a Honda.
Find great deals on a new Civic at NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
We got game. We are your Stark County home for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Browns, Indians, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com. Wake up with Canton's Morning News. Pam Cook reports all the news, traffic, and weather you need to get your day started. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com.
Halftime again here. The Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard has St. Thomas on the long end of a 9-7 score in this Week 2 matchup. John Bozica, Elmer Sheets, Noah Hiles on the sideline, and Bob Jeffries, our statistician. Thanks also to Billy Smith, our director, as part of the image video crew. And halftime statistics now. And, well, at one point, Elmer, these were all St. Thomas, but things kind of changed a little bit there towards the end of the first half.
That last drive really helped East Canton. They wound up in the first half with 88 rushing yards, 39 passing yards, 7 first downs of a total of 127 yards. Number of plays, 28. Okay. Their average per play is 4.5, and they had 1 turnover. St. Thomas had 45 rushing yards, 164 yards passing, 11 first downs, a total of 209 yards. And they only had 26 number of plays, but they averaged 8 yards per carry and only one turnover. Individuals, Turner for East Canton, Turner Giles was 2 for 6 for 39 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Rushing, Nate Sunheimer had 10 rushes, 49 yards. Tony Reeder had 6 rushes, 27 yards. And Tyler Hoover had 1 catch for 17 yards and 1 TD. For St. Thomas, Alex Hawkins, pretty good first half. 8 for 10, 164 yards and 1 TD. Avon Collar had 8 rushes, 36 yards. Asienberg, again, is the leading receiver. 4 catches, 48 yards and 1 TD. Racine Owens, 1 catch, 74 yards and no TDs. And that's questionable. And Avion Caller, 3 catches, 42 yards. Those statistics, like I say, that last drive, like you mentioned, John, put East Canton back into the game.
Was talking with Bob here, of the 164 passing yards that St. Tom has, 74 of that on one play, 24 of that on another play. So really, even though they passed for a good amount of yardage, it really hasn't been a lot. When you really break it down, it's 2 big plays, but those are the 2 big plays that matter.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if St. Thomas comes back and does the same thing they begin in the beginning of the game, that screen type stuff and getting out on the perimeter. You know, but they had, 209 yards in the first half. It's not a bad first half either, you know. The big one was not scoring down there on the 6-inch line. That is big, you know, because now this game is 14-0.
Yeah.
And you know, and they're probably in control of the game. But you got to give East Canton, you know, that's why they were in the playoffs the last 3 years in a row. They have some pride too, and they came back and scored, and we got a football game. We got a big football game here.
We certainly do, and we're going to enjoy the pleasantries of this beautiful sunset, and both bands playing here at halftime. As at the half, St. Thomas leads by, well, a 2-point shot if you were playing basketball. Final look at our Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard here at the half, and when we come back, we will have the second half kickoff and get you set for the final 24 minutes of tonight's action.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Life's all about delivery. Whether it's delivery of your favorite pizza, how you deliver a great punchline, like, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle. Or how your credit union delivers excellent service every time. Well, yes, that's exactly what I mean. At CSC Federal Credit Union, we do deliver the same great banking as the other guys. And the icing on the cupcake is we're not some out-of-town bank. We're local and in the Stark County community.
Bank local at CSC.
The Roadman and JT team up for a lively take on sports. It's a whole new attitude. Afternoons from 3 till 7, weekdays on News Talk 1480 WHBC and online at WHBC.com. The score and more with the Altman Heart Center ticker. Go to WHBCSports.com and click on the Altman Heart ticker icon. WHBCSports.com. High school football lives here.
And we return again in at halftime. Start of the third quarter coming up here at Sir Pillis Stadium. And at the half, it's Aquinas who has a narrow lead over East Canton. And while we have this moment before we get into the second half of action, we go down to the sideline. Brought to you by SARTA. We bring in Noah Hiles for a special story about a special man who's been on the St. Thomas sideline since well before you and I were born, Noah.
Yeah.
John, there are a lot of legends when you're talking about Stark County football, but the biggest legend here at St. Thomas Aquinas is the man who rides around on the sidelines in a scooter with the Irish flag on the back that says Coach Bagley above it. I'm talking about Lloyd Wimp Bagley, someone who's helped out with the program on and off for about 75 years. I use on and off loosely because the only time he's not helping out is when he's at home. He has not missed a day helping out, doing whatever he's asked. He's coached in the past. He's helped drive the buses, apparently. He even helps do some laundry, picks out the uniforms, the equipment. He really does it all, and he is an absolute legend here for the Knights. You see him on the sidelines week in and week out, and he is loved by just about every single person who's went to high school here at St. Thomas Aquinas.
Thanks for that, Noah. Great stuff, as always. And I know midweek when we were talking, Elmer, to Coach Cook in his second year at St. Thomas, the last thing that you brought up to him was not about football. You said, Mike, I got to know, is Wimp Bagley still helping on the sideline?